My journey began in 1984 while I was a student in college. I tried out for the University of Wisconsin Green Bay basketball team cheerleading squad, and I made the varsity team. All of the men on the squad were good athletes, and I came to find out that all of them were in Taekwondo with my cousin 2 years ago. My first man at that time, who also made the squad with me. I had not ever considered any kind of martial art, but since I was in a very supportive and very fun group, I decided to try. Tim was very encouraging, and he helped me grow in confidence and skill. By 1988, we were all competing successfully at a regional level, and UWGB had a respected reputation in both the AAU and PKA. But I would not come to realize until years later how important my time with this school would be. I had made what would prove to be lifelong friends, and had learned, developed, and embraced the characteristics of the tenets of Taekwondo, which would prove to be essential in facing life challenges that I could not imagine at the time, but would need to overcome to succeed to be where I am today. Courtesy, integrity, perseverance, self-control, indomitable spirit. In 1989, I moved to Charlotte and began my career as a registered nurse in the neurosurgical intensive care unit at Carolina's Medical Center. At that time, I looked for a Taekwondo school in Charlotte, but I could not find one that really appealed to me. This was a couple of years before Grandmaster King opened Black Belt USA, and I have wondered a number of times what I would have accomplished had I met Grandmaster King in 1990 or 1991 while I was hoping to find a new school to join. I began to focus intently on my career, and I ceased looking for a new school as I integrated into my profession and social life here in Charlotte and achieved a good degree of personal and professional success. Courtesy, integrity, perseverance, self-control, indomitable spirit. On December 23rd, 1994, my life took an abrupt turn. At about 12:30 in the afternoon, a U-Haul truck ran a stop sign, caused a very serious accident, of which I was on the losing end. I was taken to Carolina's Medical Center. I was told the accident had subluxed, dislocated my pelvis and sacrum on the right side. It took over 3 months for me to be able to walk upright again, and almost 3 years for the pain to subside to a reasonable degree. I also had permanent nerve damage in my right leg. As a result, this is still a challenge for me today. At this time, the tenets I had embraced and the relationships I had as a result of my martial arts training were a significant factor in my being able to face this challenge and succeed in overcoming it. Unfortunately, during this prolonged time of inactivity, I gained almost 40 pounds and became more deconditioned than I could imagine. Courtesy, integrity, perseverance, self-control, indomitable spirit. On November 22nd, 2007, I faced the greatest life challenge I have had to date. This would require all the strength and character I had to meet this challenge. Again, the tenets I had embraced and the relationships I had as a result of my martial arts training were a significant factor in being able to face this challenge and succeed. Courtesy, integrity, perseverance, self-control, indomitable spirit. In October of 2016, my son Gabriel began to be very interested in martial arts after seeing pictures and hearing some colorful stories from my cousin Tim, who was a sixth degree Dan at that time, about he and his father, Gabriel's dad. I emphasized to Gabriel the time and effort that goes into the process of learning Taekwondo. I also relayed to him the difficulty I had finding a school here in Charlotte. He definitely wanted to try and learn more. We began to visit schools, 3 in all. I was again becoming discouraged. We then found online a school tucked away in a little strip mall, pretty near our home. This was Black Belt USA. When we walked in, I was immediately impressed with Grandmaster King's and the Barrett's excellent taste in hairstyle. Seriously though, seriously though, I was very impressed with the demeanor, skill, and courtesy of even the youngest students. Gabriel and I talked about it, and we decided to give this school a try. In the first class we entered, during the first 5 minutes, we started to do jumping jacks, and my calves cramped so badly I could not continue. Well, I did not let anyone know. I was personally devastated. I had no idea my body became so extremely deconditioned, and I thought there would be no way I would ever be able to experience the joy and the success I had as a young man with my son. At that moment, I experienced the extremely fine character of Grandmaster and Dr. King, and the love that they have for their art and their students. Dr. King came over to me, talked to me, gave me an apple, and discussed how she believed I would be able to get past this. Grandmaster King came over to me a few minutes later during a break in the class and gave me some Thai oil to rub on my calves, which were very painful at that time. He also talked to me of how to get past this and adjust my perspectives and expectations to a pace suited to my current situation. Of note, I weighed a little over 190 pounds at this time. I was 54 years old. I sensed a sincere caring and desire by the Kings for me to succeed. And it was obvious Gabriel was really enjoying his first experience at Black Belt USA. I joined Black Belt USA, and I was soon convinced Gabriel and I found a dojo to be a part of, and I had found no sensei. The first few months were a big challenge for me. It took over 3 weeks of guidance, encouragement in class, just to get past the terrible cramping I was getting in my legs. Grandmaster King and Dr. King were unwavering in their support, guidance, and encouragement. There were a lot of personal challenges for me. During our first test in the school, for our high white belts, we had the bag spar as the final portion. The bag won. During this, I tried my best, but due to my weight, lack of balance, and issues with my right leg, I fell down during this portion of the test. I remember Zen laughing at me and then helping me up and immediately encouraging me to continue. This was a pivotal moment due to if the encouragement and understanding had not been there, I may have given up. In the weeks and months that followed, I got to know Grandmaster King, Dr. King, the Barretts, and learned of their own physical challenges and their journey. This was paramount in my continuing and believing that I'd be able to attain some degree of success again with Taekwondo. As a yellow belt, I began to have difficulty with relearning some of the things within WTF as I had been in the ITF system previously. To this day, I'm still having difficulty with the differences in an ITF back side kick and the back kick we used in our school, and the back kick is actually a very superior technique. When it came time to go to our first tournament and watch the black belt testing with our school, Karina spent a significant amount of time with me on my form. And at this first tournament I'd been to in almost 30 years, I took first place in forms and sparring. This would not have happened without the encouragement, understanding, and coaching I received from the Kings and the extra individual attention I received from Karina. By the time we were high green belts, something amazing was happening. I was dropping weight, and I started to feel better physically than I had in years. Something else amazing happened. Gabriel kicked me in the head with a roundhouse while we were sparring. I had not dialed back my personal sparring in the class with him, and he earned the shot he got in. It was hard to to put into words how proud I was of him at that moment. Again, credit for this achievement lay with the Kings, but another fine man that I'm grateful that we've gotten to follow up through the belt ranks here at Black Belt USA. That's Jacob Pelton. Jacob is an excellent example of the students here at our school. Always pleasant, always courteous and helpful. I got to know a really great couple that I've grown to respect and admire, and that is helpful. I also got to admire, and that is Chad and Jill Harvey. Chad tested for his black belt at the time of the above-mentioned tournament, and for me, he was very motivational. Again, always pleasant, courteous, and helpful. Jill started to train again after, 14 weeks? Yeah, when I was at about the same time. And watching her passion and intensity is nothing less than inspiring. I'm very glad to have gotten to know Chad and Jill and their family. We had the opportunity to enjoy several activities outside of Taekwondo. Their friendship is greatly appreciated, and we advanced to leadership levels in Black Belt. As we advanced to leadership levels in Black Belt USA, I've been given the opportunity to engage in activities that overlap with my profession. Having supervised healthcare for BEH children in Mecklenburg County's Youth and Family Service Specialized Youth Services, working with the younger folks in our school comes naturally, and I greatly enjoy it. I'm also really enjoying the ability to serve as standby medic in the Muay Thai tournaments. During this leadership time, I've also gotten to know Mark and Kevin Garrett, who, like the Kings, are incredibly supportive, understanding, and are great instructors in their own right. I also have achieved the unspoken requirement of a Black Belt USA to test for first dan. I can tell I'm very smart. In this past year, I have seen some great things in our dojo. First, that everyone can learn, even from the youngest in our school. Aksha worked with me on the red belt level self-defense techniques while learning the second, which is the sweep, had me doing it repeatedly. And I will always remember his great little voice saying, "Come on, Mr. Van Trio, get up, let's do it again." He wore me slap out. Sean and Karina have also been great, always pleasant, courteous, and helpful. I'm very impressed and thankful to have had the opportunity to get to know them and learn from them. In the past several months, it's been great to watch Grandmaster King and Dr. King advance their own practice in Taekwondo. Watching Grandmaster King do board breaking with a jumping back kick around 6 feet in the air, it's one of the most amazing things in Taekwondo I've ever seen personally. Dr. King's leadership and ability to demonstrate and work out to the point of everyone else's exhaustion leads all to learn from her and believe in themselves. This kind of leadership was also demonstrated again recently as I watched Grandmaster King work with a group of 6 to 8-year-olds, white belts, with paddle sparring. He was moving quickly from student to student in a circle with great enthusiasm, and he was working so hard that he was sweating profusely. I've never witnessed anyone so accomplished, having such a love for what they do, as that they bring this level of instruction to even the youngest and most timid of students in our school. Lastly, I've watched my son Gabriel grow and become a student in martial arts, to the point of being able to remain nearby so he can continue to attend Black Belt USA as he goes on to college. This was a significant factor as he made the decision of going to UNCC for the next few years. For this skill and growth that Black Belt USA has garnered in my son, I'm forever grateful. And I cannot put into words how proud I am of his achievements and how appreciative I am that he's had the opportunity to learn and be a part of the family that's Black Belt USA. My final message, as I come to accept, I'm 56 years old. I will never physically perform the way I could when I was in my 20s, is that this is not the most important thing that you receive from the study of Taekwondo. is the most important thing gleaned from our dojo is the development of character and the relationships that you had in this time that we have together. I know from over 3 decades of experience in my adult life that the friendships and relationships that are developed here, particularly for our younger students, have the potential to be lifelong and some of the most significant you will ever have in this life.